This is the Euphrates River in 2020, and this is the Euphrates River now. Almost dried up, eerie sounds echoing from beneath the ground that some believe are the voices of trapped fallen angels.
Beneath the ancient Euphrates River, a startling discovery has emerged as severe drought reveals a hidden cave long buried in time.
That's crazy. That river was huge. Yeah. Also, under that river, they found those caves, so they don't know who those caves belong to. Okay, wow.
Inside are secrets said to include 4 imprisoned beings tied to a chilling biblical prophecy. Could this be more than myth? A warning preserved through history? As the waters recede and the cave's eerie contents come to light, a haunting question remains. Are these signs pointing to a monumental event that could reshape our future? The hidden cave emerges. In early 2026, a severe drought swept across Syria, exposing parts of the Euphrates riverbed that had been hidden for centuries. The river, once a steady and vital water source, shrank to unprecedented levels, revealing landscapes that had long been swallowed by water and sediment. Among these newly uncovered areas was a vast cave entrance concealed beneath layers of rock and time, as if waiting patiently to be found. The sight stunned locals and explorers alike, who had never imagined such a hidden chamber existed beneath the river's flow. Curiosity drove a group of explorers to investigate this mysterious cave, their flashlights piercing the darkness as they descended into its depths. What they found was more than just an underground chamber. It was a vast subterranean hall stretching nearly 200 feet beneath the riverbed. The air inside felt charged with an eerie energy, and the silent walls seemed to whisper secrets that had been locked away for millennia. The cave's discovery sent ripples through historical and religious communities, raising questions about what lies beneath this ancient river. Despite centuries of exploration along the Euphrates, this vast cave had remained untouched and unknown, hidden beneath the shifting sands and waters of time. Its sudden emergence during a time of environmental crisis added an urgent and mysterious weight to the discovery. As the drought deepened, more of the riverbed around Deir ez-Zor opened up, unearthing other remnants of ancient civilizations, but none sparked as much debate and fear as this vast hidden chamber. The cave's appearance seemed more than happenstance. It felt like a secret being revealed at a time of reckoning. Inside the cave, explorers noted massive iron rings embedded deep into the stone walls, each several feet wide and forged with unusual metals rarely seen in archaeological finds. These rings appeared designed to restrain something far greater and more powerful than any known creature, hinting at a purpose beyond ordinary imprisonment. Surrounding the rings were intricate carvings and inscriptions, some resembling ancient Mesopotamian writing, but containing symbols that suggested otherworldly meanings. The sheer scale and mysterious nature of these features sent chills through those who dared to enter. Despite scientific advances and vast archaeological efforts in the region, this subterranean space seemed preserved in near-perfect condition, showing almost no signs of water erosion. This remarkable preservation suggested it had been deliberately sealed off and protected from natural forces, adding to the cave's enigmatic story. The discovery reopened age-old questions about what has long been rumored to lie beneath the Euphrates and whether this cave was part of a larger network of ancient secrets hidden deep underground. As news of the cave spread, historians, theologians, and thrill-seekers began to speculate on what this place really was. Was it a ceremonial site, an ancient prison, or something far more sinister? The presence of those enormous iron rings sparked the imagination and fear in equal measure. But despite the growing speculation, the true nature and significance of the cave remained elusive, a mystery carefully guarded by time and the elements. The discovery raised pressing yet haunting questions. Could this hidden place be connected to a prophecy recorded thousands of years ago, a warning encoded in scripture about long-buried powers? The reveal of such an extraordinary sight during an unprecedented drought only deepened the mystery and heightened the anticipation of what might come next. The cave was no longer just a physical location. It had become a symbolic threshold between the past and perhaps a fateful future. While the cave itself held its silent secrets, the world outside was watching with mounting interest and concern. The drought that revealed this underground world also exposed how vulnerable one of civilization's oldest lifelines had become. As the Euphrates shrinks, so does the boundary between history and prophecy, reality and legend. The cave's emergence was only the beginning of a story the world would not soon forget. Such a powerful discovery demanded looking deeper into the river that concealed it for so long, a river whose history is as rich and mysterious as the cave itself. Sacred River of Civilization. The Euphrates River is more than a body of water. It is a defining element of human history and spirituality. For thousands of years, its winding path through the Middle East shaped the rise of some of the world's earliest civilizations, including Mesopotamia, the birthplace of agriculture, writing, and law. The river nurtured countless generations, its waters sustaining cities and empires that laid the foundations for human advancement. Yet, this same river holds more than just historical significance. It carries deep symbolic and prophetic weight. The Bible uses the Euphrates River as a geographic element to establish its religious importance, which serves as a spiritual symbol that connects all human beings to their sacred faith. In Genesis, it is described as one of the 4 rivers flowing from the Garden of Eden, a vivid image of life, abundance, and divine connection. The Euphrates River serves a crucial function throughout biblical texts because it appears in prophetic passages that describe divine punishment and reveal hidden forces that had been kept under control for an extended period. The waters of the river create life while they bring destruction because they support current living beings and preserve ancient knowledge that people expect will be revealed in the future. The Euphrates River has seen empires rise and fall throughout Babylon, Assyria, and Persia because their historical narrative continues to display both victory and disaster. The river, flowing silently beneath layers of sand and time, was a lifeline that sustained these remarkable civilizations while guarding mysteries now once again brought to light. This vast stretch of water connects not just land, but eras and cultures, linking ancient law codes with apocalyptic visions. Many faith traditions recognize the prophetic function of the Euphrates as an essential religious element. Theologians and scholars view the river's multiple mentions as a divine marker that establishes geographical limits and indicates crucial historical moments. The sacred river exists as more than a tangible waterway. It creates a boundary that separates visible existence from invisible existence and natural existence from the events that will unfold in the future. The discovery underneath it has reopened discussion about the historic turning points that prophecy predicts. The current environmental situation in the Euphrates region shows its most severe environmental problems since the previous environmental difficulties. Human existence and warfare activities, together with commercial interactions and military invasions, have followed the river's natural pattern of seasonal water variations. The present drought conditions, together with upstream dam operations and climate change effects, have uncovered ancient submerged sites and the current cave system. The river has entered another cycle of transforming human destiny as it withdraws from its banks, thus revealing both material artifacts and hidden cultural markers. Every civilization along the Euphrates has contributed to a layered history blending fact and faith, myth and reality. The river flows from the Fertile Crescent, which marks the birthplace of agriculture, to biblical battles and prophecies about the end of times, which form a complete human history. The cave excavation reveals a significant historical context, which enhances understanding of its hidden contents. Religious groups maintain keen observation of the scientific investigations while they await results that might either support or reject their established religious doctrines. The Euphrates River has maintained quietness throughout history, yet its silent state carries numerous historical accounts and protective messages that have been shared throughout different eras. The river's discovery of the cave functions as an event that marks specific locations, while it also serves as a spiritual beacon that activates religious recollections found in holy writings. The current moment presents a unique opportunity because 3 historical factors, 3 environmental aspects, and 3 spiritual elements have come together to create an important moment for the Euphrates River. The river, which used to provide sustenance, now reveals elements that will challenge everything people know about existence and their connection with their belief systems. As the mystery deepens, so does the urgency to explore the beings said to be bound beneath its waters, the 4 entities whose story transcends time and echoes through prophecy. The four bound entities. Central to the cave's mystery is the presence of four imprisoned beings, often described as fallen angels, whose existence has long been woven into apocalyptic prophecy. The Book of Revelation speaks explicitly of four angels bound at the great river Euphrates, restrained until the precise moment when they will be released to unleash destruction. These beings are no mere myth. They are portrayed as powerful forces whose freedom would mark a turning point in human history, shaking the foundations of the world as we know it. For centuries, the interpretation of this passage has varied widely. Some have seen the four angels as symbolic representations of divine judgment or spiritual forces, while others have insisted on a literal understanding, a prophecy waiting to manifest. The discovery of a sealed underground chamber beneath the Euphrates has reignited debates within religious and academic circles, confronting believers and skeptics alike with tangible evidence that mirrors biblical imagery. The enormous iron rings that the cave contains function as restraints for gigantic creatures, which, according to Scripture, must be chained in that way. The Book of Revelation describes that these four angels will be released from their imprisonment at a precise moment, which includes a specific hour, day, month, and year, because their release depends on God's master scheme. The researchers believe that the Euphrates River conceals both historical and prophetic treasures that describe future events that will take place. The descriptions of fallen angels demonstrate their ability to exert extreme force and produce complete darkness. They exist as entities that possess the ability to govern extensive military forces while causing destruction throughout the planet. People experience intense fear because they think these people will be released from the prison that modern society built during times of global conflict and environmental disaster. Many people believe that their awakening will create a chain reaction that results in total destruction that matches the end times events described in biblical texts. The hypothesis that these entities exist as real physical beings who remain imprisoned within an underground facility creates a conflict with current scientific and historical methods, which study ancient manuscripts. The cave serves as evidence to believers because it proves that actual prophetic events continue to develop throughout time. The cave presents historians with an extraordinary archaeological challenge that needs to be solved. The results bring significant effects that disturb both groups. The number 4 has special importance, which creates a special mystery that scripture texts keep showing. The number 4 serves as a symbol that represents complete things because it shows both established order and God's judgment through the 4 earth corners and the 4 horsemen, and various apocalyptic visions.
The infamous 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. The terrifying ride of these horsemen will change the world and affect the lives of every soul on planet Earth in the days ahead.
The story shows its cosmic design through the special purpose that binds 4 angels to their location under the Euphrates River because they signal an important cosmic event, which ancient documents have hidden. The cave explorers who study the cave's physical attributes and its written texts discover symbolic meanings that demonstrate resistance against a creator and the powerful beings who face their ultimate punishment. The writings prove that the cave served 2 functions because it provided practical use and created a sacred space that contained forces that humans should never encounter. The ancient prison-like environment serves as a frightening reminder of the eternal struggle between good forces and evil forces, which have existed since the beginning of human time. The fallen angels who remain silent under the river create an eerie atmosphere that rises above today's global problems. The Euphrates River reveals its concealed secrets through its drying process, which makes the release of these secrets feel like an approaching event. The story requires readers to focus on his existence because it shows what will happen to people in the future. The increased understanding brings together the concealed historical period with a future that brings both anxiety and optimism, which leads to the ancient prophecies coming back to life as people now study current events. From the quiet emergence of the cave to the deep symbolism of the Euphrates and the chilling reality of the 4 bound entities, the river's secrets refuse to stay buried. Archaeological discoveries. Inside. The expedition into the cave beneath the Euphrates uncovered details that immediately defied ordinary explanation. The main chamber, stretching nearly 200 feet beneath the riverbed, was lined with immense iron rings embedded directly into the solid rock walls. Each ring was several feet wide and forged from metals not commonly found in structures dating back to this era. The sheer size and strength of these rings suggested they were designed to restrain beings far larger and more powerful than any human could imagine. Alongside these imposing fixtures, explorers found walls covered in intricate carvings and inscriptions. Some of these markings resembled ancient Mesopotamian scripts, yet many carried symbols whose meanings transcended traditional historical records. The imagery depicted scenes of rebellion, punishment, and beings of supernatural power confined within the subterranean chamber. This fusion of tangible artifacts and mysterious symbolism hinted at a purpose that went far beyond a simple prison or ceremonial site. The cave location underneath the river has existed for centuries, yet it has shown minimal signs of erosion from water. The evidence showed that humans sealed the chamber to keep its contents safe from natural deterioration. The inscriptions and the cave's structural strength are two factors that support the theory that the space was designed to function as a permanent storage area for special items. The presence of rare metals in the ironwork indicates that the metalworkers possessed advanced knowledge, or that they obtained their skills from unidentified sources. The team experienced an almost physical weight in the cave as they advanced deeper into the cave, because ancient secrets stored in the area created an atmosphere of danger. The explorers detected an atmosphere of danger in every shadowed space, because they believed they were entering a protected area that should not be approached. The emotional intensity of the experience left many shaken, blurring the lines between legend and reality. The archaeological evidence appealed to both academic scholars and religious specialists. The ancient elements found in the cave matched the details of old prophetic texts, which led to renewed discussions about the cave's connection to the imprisonment of the four fallen angels described in religious texts.
Loose the four angels which are bound in the great river Euphrates, and the four angels were loosed which were prepared for an hour and a day and a month and a year, for to slay the third part of men.
The combination of craftsmanship and materials with inscriptions produced a situation that researchers needed to investigate further, because it could not be written off as a common occurrence or made-up story. The contents of the cave raised multiple questions that needed answers about the ancient civilizations that built the structure. The researchers wanted to resolve for researchers whether they maintained a secret space that protected against unknown cosmic powers. The chamber received its security measures because the people who built it understood its dangerous contents, which they used to construct either a protective shelter or a dangerous trap. The archaeological site developed into an essential element that connected to a broader investigation of the site. The profound physical evidence found in the cave was matched by reports of unsettling sensations and strange phenomena, making the mystery more than just historical or symbolic. Mysterious phenomena reported. Those who ventured into the depths of the cave described experiences that confounded even the most seasoned explorers. As they progressed through the shadowed tunnels, the temperature reportedly dropped suddenly, plunging the explorers into near-freezing conditions without any natural explanation. This sudden chill created an unnerving atmosphere, as if an unseen presence had entered the chamber alongside them. Several explorers also recounted hearing faint metallic echoes and scraping sounds that could not be linked to geological causes or equipment. These noises seemed to reverberate through the rock itself, giving the impression that the cave was alive or consciously responding. The walls even appeared to hum with a subtle vibration, as though breathing or pulsing with an otherworldly energy. Some who entered the cave encountered fleeting shadows and whispered sounds that seemed to drift on currents no one could see. Moments came when the very ground beneath their feet seemed to beat with a rhythm entirely alien to human experience. These sensations shook explorers to their core, leaving some unwilling ever to return. Their testimonies blurred the line between physical reality and something more intangible and spectral. Scientists, though typically skeptical, acknowledged that these reports could not be easily dismissed. Even as they sought natural or environmental explanations, many admitted that the cave presented phenomena outside known geological or acoustic patterns. This acknowledgement added a layer of mystery that stoked public fascination and fear. The authorities established security measures at the location after the discovery, but they failed to stop ongoing reports of unusual activities. The entrance guards reported that they heard unexpected sounds, which included both distant thuds and repeated metal scraping sounds. The entrance temperature changes operated without any identifiable reason, which made people believe that the cave served as a passageway both to underground spaces and to unexplained dimensions. The cave area developed an atmosphere that produced a feeling similar to electrical energy. The entrance created an experience for many witnesses, which they described as a gateway to a different dimension that combined natural elements with dark supernatural forces. The current situation raised critical inquiries about the forces that continue to operate from the underground regions. The discovery became more important than its archaeological and prophetic elements because it revealed strange occurrences. The ancient warnings indicate that something is beginning to wake up from its extended period of dormancy, which is shown by the active presence that these events bring. The phenomena show that the cave contains more than just stone and metal because it holds a power that will emerge to interact with the world. The unsettling encounters within the cave open a window to both spiritual and scientific debate, urging us to consider the true nature of what remains bound beneath the Euphrates. Skeptical perspectives. Despite the extraordinary claims surrounding the cave beneath the Euphrates, not everyone is convinced that it signals the fulfillment of ancient prophecy. Many experts suggest more conventional explanations, proposing that the cave might have been part of an ancient temple, fortress, or even a prison designed to detain dangerous criminals. From this perspective, the enormous iron rings embedded in the walls could have served practical purposes, such as securing animals or prisoners rather than supernatural beings. Likewise, the carvings and inscriptions might represent mythological storytelling common in Babylonian culture rather than evidence of fallen angels. The laboratory tests showed that the rings contain iron, which has rare metals that do not exist in materials from that archaeological period. The materials used in the study show that researchers used unconventional substances, which they obtained through trade and local mineral sources that current studies have not revealed yet. The cave walls and inscriptions show almost complete preservation because natural sealing processes and geological factors protect them from river water, which has flowed through the area for hundreds of years. Some of the unusual things that explorers have witnessed can be explained by natural processes. People observe sudden temperature drops together with mysterious sounds, which result from either underground air currents, seismic activity, or cave echoes that become louder due to the cave's special design. People who experience vibrations believe that the vibrations come from small earthquakes that happen in areas that have tectonic activity near the Euphrates River. Experts avoid using paranormal explanations to describe strange situations until researchers complete their scientific studies. Skeptics argue that the cave contains hidden secrets which require investigatory work, yet the study should be approached through methods other than prophetic ones, which should conduct a historical assessment of the findings. They show that both archaeological data and regional cultural elements need equal consideration in establishing an unbiased evaluation of the situation. The discovery serves as a vital piece of evidence that helps researchers bring together various elements from ancient civilizations, yet it does not prove that apocalyptic events occurred. The cave's features, together with its discovery time period, now create uncertainty for some of its doubters. The region's seismic vibrations, together with rare metal deposits and intact chamber conditions, all indicate that there exists something extraordinary that operates within the area. Scientists who study these factors have started to reevaluate their previous beliefs because they believe this site holds greater value than ordinary ruins. Ancient Mesopotamian culture used symbolic language through its monumental architecture to show cosmic battles that existed between their gods and spirits, according to some historians. The cave and its inscriptions function as a local mythology-based warning, which creates a powerful reminder, according to this belief. This interpretation provides an alternative explanation which connects spiritual symbols to historical cultural practices. Skeptics who doubt the evidence acknowledge the cave as an important discovery that can change our knowledge about ancient civilizations. The site functions as a particular place that architects created to protect something that people considered extremely valuable. The building of the site shows that people gave it special value, which researchers still need to determine whether it served spiritual purposes, political aims, or social functions. As these debates unfold, there's a deeper question begging consideration: the powerful symbolism woven into the number 4, a detail that could hold the key to understanding the cave's true meaning. Symbolism of the number 4. The number 4 appears repeatedly throughout biblical and ancient texts as a symbol packed with meaning and divine significance. It often represents completeness, order, and authority in moments where the course of human history is shaped by forces beyond our control. From the 4 corners of the earth to the 4 horsemen in apocalyptic visions, this number marks pivotal events and divine interventions. Therefore, the presence of exactly 4 imprisoned beings beneath the Euphrates resonates strongly with this symbolic tradition. In biblical prophecy, 4 is never random or incidental. It signals a divinely orchestrated structure, a purposeful unfolding of events with far-reaching consequences. For many believers, the 4 fallen angels mentioned in Revelation correspond with this idea of cosmic order, beings bound not just physically, but within a carefully timed divine plan, ready to be released at a predetermined moment.
These angels are reserved for a specific purpose, primarily causing the type of chaos that leads to the death of a third of mankind. It would make sense for the 4 angels to play some role in stirring up a large-scale conflict, like the unclean spirits will rally the kings of the earth to battle following the pouring out of the 6th vial, Revelation 16:13-14.
Their eventual freedom would thus represent a critical phase in a larger, inevitable divine sequence. The repetition of the number 4 also appears in other biblical contexts, such as the 4 evangelists, 4 rivers flowing from Eden, and the 4 living creatures described in Ezekiel. Each instance underscores themes of universality, judgment, and the interconnectedness of earthly and heavenly realms. Within this framework, the 4 angels beneath the Euphrates invite viewers to consider that what is unfolding is part of a much grander spiritual narrative. The number 4, which applies to the cave under the Euphrates River, extends the value of the physical finding to include both prophetic and destiny-related domains. The site functions as a special archaeological location because it serves as a crossroads that connects both ancient myths and holy representations. The number itself serves as an important reference point that defines whether the 4 entities exist as actual beings or as significant archetypal figures. Believers interpret the number 4 as a warning and reminder to stay vigilant, recognizing that specific moments in time are set apart for divine action. The scripture requires angels to be released at their scheduled times because this detail becomes important during present-day situations, which make the world feel tense and dangerous. The number 4 functions as a symbolic weight, which makes all discoveries related to it necessary for recognition. The number serves as a link that connects the cave's secret to a universal cosmic system that connects actual historical events with their spiritual counterparts. The universe operates according to a plan that connects different disciplines through their common links to archaeology, prophecy, and present-day events. The 4 bound angels become not only captives, but also catalysts for transformation. Even those who prefer metaphorical or symbolic readings acknowledge the profound narrative power of the number 4. The public needs to examine how historical patterns develop through time, while also studying the hidden forces that shape human destiny. The repeated motif of this pattern forces us to search for deeper meanings that the symbols might disclose. The symbolic power of numbers ripples through the unfolding mystery beneath the Euphrates, bridging ancient prophecies with the present day and hinting at forces stirring just beyond our sight. Implications for today's world. The cave discovered beneath the Euphrates emerges at a time of intense environmental and geopolitical strain. As drought and human activity expose long-buried secrets, many question whether this is more than history, perhaps a moment tied to ancient prophecy. For some, the idea of 4 imprisoned beings signals the beginning of profound global change. The discovery has become a powerful symbol of both fragility and uncertainty. Rising tensions, natural disasters, and instability mirror warnings found in prophetic texts, deepening the sense that history and belief may be converging. This has stirred both fascination and unease as people reflect on what these signs could mean for humanity's future. The religious groups believe the event functions as a potential wake-up call. Prophetic interpretations show 3 main results, which include transformation and judgment, together with a new direction for world events. The believers consider upcoming events to be a major turning point, which will bring them both hope and fear about future developments. The scientists and authorities investigate the discovery through their operational methods. The Euphrates River retreat, together with strange activities in the region, creates environmental and safety problems because ancient mysteries now meet modern realities. Scientific evidence and religious beliefs create a complicated situation that scientists face when they make new discoveries. The cave leads to deeper research about human knowledge and the nature of existence and hidden powers. The emergence of the system during global uncertainty leads people to analyze human progression through time by considering its actual and symbolic meanings. The Euphrates discovery demonstrates to the world that historical events, belief systems, and current issues all share a fundamental link. The situation requires examination because it creates a new turning point or brings back previous times. The cave beneath the Euphrates unveils a story where ancient walls meet modern realities, urging us to remain attentive to unfolding events. This discovery challenges us to consider the deep connections between history, faith, and the future. If you found this exploration intriguing, please like this video and subscribe for more insights into the mysteries shaping our world. Your thoughts mean a lot. Share what you believe in the comments below.